Yo and hello everybody, Mike here, baseball collector, and I am doing a 41 card PSA submission reveal. You know, I really think that the grader that graded my cards here might have been on drugs or something else. Certainly some performance enhancing, because I don't know what the heck he was thinking. I am going to go over some of that. Some of it makes sense, some of it doesn't, and I'll talk about that as we go through. But this was a group submission that I was part of by Dane, who is CardTech710 on YouTube here. Has a great channel, amazing collection, does a lot of stuff, and just an incredibly generous guy. I was in it with Filmington and Andy for sure. And so he also sent, I don't know, it's very cool. It's this box. It's a vault box, and inside you can just put awesome slabs. And so he sent that just as a bonus. Dane is always doing awesome stuff like that. Super generous guy, and very cool of him to do that. So let's get right into the cards, and we'll start talking about this. Yep, I sent in a couple of modern cards. So last winter I opened a couple of Topps Holiday. And I got two nice metallics that I thought I would send in. The first one here is the Eloy Jimenez rookie card metallic. That got a mint 9. Again, went straight from a pack to a top loader. Did a Vlad Guerrero Jr., also the metallic version, and it also got a 9. Let's see. All right, then all coming up here for a while, and I'll let you know if it's different, but I've been working hard on the last Topps card for every Hall of Famer. I've been working on that set registry, and it got to the point where the cards that I needed just aren't graded that often, is really the truth. And so I went on Sport Lots, and I bought 4 or 5 copies of each card at anywhere from 18 to 25 cents a piece. Had them sent to me, and I kind of looked over for the best one to send in. And so I did, and just trying to finish up that set. I got 2 cards left that I need. I might just do a showcase now because I'm so close, but here's the John Smoltz. So all these are last cards of these Hall of Famers. I love, love, love this concept of a set because Hall of Famers, awesome. You've got usually them pictured on teams you don't associate with them most of the time, like John Smoltz on the Cardinals, really. And then one of the coolest parts is when you turn the card over on their last Topps card, you're going to get a complete rundown of all of their stats. And so I just think that is awesome. Of course, John Smoltz known for being an Atlanta Braves player, but there he is on his last Topps card with the Cardinals, and that came back a mint 9. So I'm not, crazy about the grades on this. It was more to have them than anything. Here is the Randy Johnson 2010 Topps. My camera is not wanting to focus today. Mint 9 on that one. Very cool shot of Randy Johnson making an amazing throw to first as he's laying out there. And Randy Johnson on the Giants. Like, that's weird. Next up, 09 Topps. And we've got Frank Thomas. Again, kind of weird. Frank Thomas on the A's. That's a mint 9 there. Mike Mussina finishing up his career with the Yankees. That's also a mint 9. Got Greg Maddux. How many of you guys remember that Greg Maddux played a stint with the Dodgers? He also played with the Padres. I mean, he kind of bounced around just a little bit towards the end of his career. But there he is, 09 Topps in a near mint to mint 8. And I looked these over pretty good. Anything less than a 9 felt like, what the heck, man? But there's some that are really head scratchers, which I'll get to. So here is Pedro Martinez's last Topps card. That's from the updates and highlights of 09 when he had a little stint with the Phillies. Cool. Again, the only two I'm needing now are Larry Walker, who is '06 tops, and Ted Simmons, who is '88 tops. And those are newer guys to the Hall of Fame that when I submitted all these cards back in November, by the way, they weren't even in the Hall of Fame yet. So here is a Craig Biggio. These next two are interesting. So there's a Biggio in a 7. Not great. Not what you're looking for there. And then the next one's a head scratcher. I got a '06 tops Jeff Bagwell in a 6. I'm like, okay. What's great is on the Biggio and the Jeff Bagwell, I don't really care because Striker Cards, Christian, he sent me a Biggio in a 9 and a Jeff Bagwell in a 10. So that's way better than these, obviously. Next up, we've got Roberto Alomar's last card with the Devil Rays. Again, love seeing these players, these Hall of Fame players with these weird uniforms on. I got an 8. Not great, but okay. This one's just fine. By the way, I got no 10s. 0 10s. There's a Barry Larkin in a mint 9. He did play his whole career with the Reds. This guy played his whole career with the Mariners too, and that's Edgar Martinez. And that '04 tops came back as an 8. Here's another one that's interesting to look at. There's Ricky Henderson, '03 tops with the Red Sox. Last tops card for Ricky Henderson. And if you look on the back, it's so cool because, like on Ricky, red, means league leader. I think the diamond means they led the entire major. Maybe that's not right. I can't remember. Let me see what that means. Oh, they tied. Oh, italics means they led the whole league. And look at all the years that Ricky led the league in stolen bases. Yep. All right, next up is the last card for Tony Gwynn. 2002 tops. That only came back in 8. And I'm looking at them, there's definitely some, the corners aren't perfect, but I mean, I don't know. I guess 8's just fine. This is not so great. This is a 7 on the Cal Ripken '01 tops. And I looked this card over and I was like, what the heck's wrong with it? And I think there's like a little something on the back. I just can't remember what it was, but whatever, it's a 7. Harold Baines, the GOAT, near mint 8 on his '01 tops, which is his last tops card. Wade Boggs, 2000 tops. So you can tell we're going backwards in time here. Him with the Devil Rays as well. He finished up with the Devil Rays. I think the Devil Rays back then were where careers went to die. We've got, oh, notice this. No perfect fit sleeve. Why don't I have perfect fit sleeve on this? Because I ran out, and they are out. They are backlogged. Everything's on back order. You can't order, I guess they're called superior fit sleeves now. And I am such a superior fit sleeves fan. Every one of my slabs is in a superior fit sleeve, except for the ones you're seeing here because I don't have any more. I ran out. But there is the last card for Tim Raines, shown with the A's. That's also a near mint 7. It's like, golly, you would think at least an 8 on cards like that. Here is Paul Molitor, 98 tops, showing him with the Twins. 8.5 for that. Of course, Molitor went on to manage the Twins. One guy that stayed with the same team his whole career, Ryan Sandberg, 97 tops. I've always loved this card. I love the action shot. I think it's just a really neat card. This one I figured out. So this is a 97 Eddie Murray in a PSA 7. And I genuinely think I didn't catch this, but right on the surface, like right there, is some surface damage that I just totally missed when I put this card in the order. So that's actually probably correctly graded. 96 tops. We've got a couple of Hall of Famers that retired and had their last card in 96. Lee Smith, reliever, pitching for the Angels. The California Angels, no less. Angels have had so many different names. Then you got Andre Dawson playing out the string on the Florida Marlins. Dave Winfield, who had a little stint with the Indians at the end of his career. And we've got Alan Trammell, of course, lifelong Tiger for him. That's in a 9, that's good. Got a couple of just epic Hall of Famers. There's the George Brett from 94 tops. You had 3 big Hall of Famers have their last cards in 94. Brett, Yount, and Nolan Ryan. They all went into the Hall of Fame together in 99. First year for each of them being eligible. So there's the Brett. Here's the aforementioned Robin Yount. That's only a 7. And this one has a back. On the back, it has like a indentation. Almost a crease. So, again, didn't catch that. This card is hilarious. Here's Jack Morris's last Topps card. It's the 94 Topps traded, and it's showing him with the Indians. Obviously, we associate Jack Morris mainly with the Tigers and the Twins and even the Blue Jays. But we don't hear about his amazing time with the Cleveland Indians. But then again, does anybody have an amazing time with the Cleveland Indians? I love this one because it shows the great Goose Gossage on his last card, pictured with the Rangers. Let me start. Now this is one that made me laugh. Okay, so I'm going to hold it because I'm going to show you something. So this is an 88 Topps Don Sutton. It's his last card, and it got a mint 9. And what I remember about this is all of the Don Suttons that I had gotten in from Sport Lots were all kind of not in great shape. I was like, golly. Well, I want to send one, so let me find the best one. And on this bottom corner here, I don't know if it's going to show up. Let me see if I can get it to focus there. That corner was all smushed, and I took it and kind of evened it out, I guess. I didn't cut it or anything. I just flattened it. So you could say I manipulated this card, that I doctored this card, because that corner was not great. And you can still see it much better with the naked eye in person. But it came back a mint 9 and does not deserve it, because that corner is still, if you look at it in person, you go, that corner is far from 9 type corner. So again, what was the grader thinking? I don't know. And then this card, which I thought was in great shape, and we're going to run an 86 Topps coming up here. We're now done with the last card for the most part. These are all just cards now from the 80s that I had that I just thought I'd get graded myself because they're hard to find out there, or they're just dumb expensive. So there's the Phil Niekro in an 8. And I thought that card was in great shape. One of them, I think, makes me laugh. There's another Harold Baines 86 Topps. Also only in an 8. Here is a Dick Williams in an 8. I think it's this next card that also had me laughing at what the grade it received. So this card got a 9. And if you look at it on the front here, great Tom Seaver, Turn Back the Clock. That looks pretty darn good. But then, if you turn it over, that back centering is awful. Awful. Like 90-10 or something. 80-20. It's terrible. How does that card get a 9? Because the back is supposed to matter. So I think it's I mean, I just don't get it. I don't understand how that card can get a 9. But it did. Another Lee Smith, 86 tops, also in a 9. Was actually accurately graded because the back's nice too. So a couple of these, the next two, so like this Fisk, I got a 7 on it, but I had already bought it. I bought it earlier. Like I had literally, it'd been so long since we submitted these cards back in November, December, whatever. So long ago, I actually bought this card in an 8. So I have an 8 and now a 7. I did the same thing on this card. I've got this Paul Molitor. I got it in a 9. And I already have a 9. I bought a 9. So now I have 2 9s of that. I guess never a bad thing. But you can see like on this card here. I mean, look at that. I don't know if that's a print dot or what. I need to look at my other one. Maybe that's just on the picture. All right, 3 more cards. Gaylord Perry, 83 tops. This does happen to be Gaylord Perry's last tops card. So kind of filling 2 spots. It's going for my 4 decade set now, and also for last card of Hall of Famer, last tops card. Now we finish with 2 Johnny Benches. Johnny Bench. Great. I'm really wanting to finish his run because he has some great baseball cards. Here's his 82 tops, just base card. I literally just had this and thought it looked nice and in raw, and I'm just like, I'm going to send that in. I think it looks pretty good, and I thought it would get about an 8. I thought that was a reasonable grade for this. That's what it got. The last card, this is another card I had raw. This was a great one. The 69 tops All-Star Johnny Bench. And again, I had it. I knew it wasn't going to be like some super high grade or anything. I just wanted it because I already had it raw, and I thought it would be kind of a mid-grade type card. It's like, well, for the cost of grading, which Dane gave us a sweetheart deal on these, on the cost to grade, I thought, man, I can't buy one anywhere close to that for the grade I think this will get. And I thought it was going to get a 5 or a 6, something like that. So I was not disappointed with a 5. So there you go, guys. That's my PSA submission. Glad to finally have it back. Thank you, Dane, so much for doing this for us. And hopefully we'll get some more cards to send off and do that in a little bit. But in the meantime, hope everybody has a great week. We'll talk to you soon. Keep collecting.